A Lhasapoo's coat can be curly like a poodle's, or long and silky like a Lhasa Apso's. Owning a Lhasapoo is always an adventure because no two Lhasapoos are ever quite alike. These cuddly, spunky, highly intelligent dogs are a cross between the Lhasa Apso and the poodle. Some inherit the poodle's curly coat while others sport the long, silky hair of the Tibetan breed. Lhasapoos will vary in size, depending upon whether their poodle parent was a miniature or toy breed. Puppies bred from toy poodles are dubbed teacup Lhasapoos. You can often find full-grown Lhasapoos in rescue shelters. Though on the small size, Lhasapoos make great watchdogs. They inherited their protective instincts from Lhasa Apso ancestors who were charged with guarding inner temple sanctums in their native Tibet. When trouble came calling, the Lhasa Apso's barks would rouse enormous Tibetan mastiffs who would get rid of the intruders. Lhasapoos, thus, have a tendency to be bossy and need a firm but loving hand to teach them they're not the alpha of the pack. Another name for the Lhasapoo is Lhasadoodle. Depending on its parent poodle line, a Lhasadoodle can be a mini size or a teacup size. Mini Lhasadoodles have a miniature poodle parent. They range from 10 to 15 inches in height and weigh between 10 and 18 pounds. Teacup Lhasadoodles have a toy poodle parent. They range from 9 to 13 inches in height and weigh between 10 and 15 pounds. Like Lhasa Apsos, Lhasadoodle males are slightly larger both in height and weight than females of the same breed. They will reach their adult height between 9 and 12 months, but it may take them another 6 months to fill out to their full adult weight. Dogs with shortened muzzles like the Lhasa Apso are sometimes affected by a condition called brachycephalic airway syndrome. These dogs may find it difficult to breathe, particularly when it's hot out or when they're exercising vigorously. If your Lhasapoo has inherited a shortened muzzle, it's important to make sure his or her nostrils are fully open. If you notice your pet snorting or sniffing unusually, then it's time for a visit to the vet. Like other toy breeds, some Lhasadoodles may also have unstable knees, which occasionally slip out of place. This condition, which is known as luxating patellas, can be serious enough to warrant surgical intervention. Other conditions some Lhasapoos are prone to include eye diseases like retinal atrophy, cataracts, glaucoma and, cherry eye, prolapsed nictitating membrane. Despite these health issues, Lhasapoos typically live 12 to 15 years. When a Lhasapoo loves you, he or she really loves you. You can expect to have a full lap whenever you're sitting on the couch. These pets will also be sweet and playful with other members of the family, too, including other companion animals, so long as they've gotten to know them. It takes Lhasapoos a while, though, to warm up to strangers. They may be small dogs, but they have fully embraced the responsibility of protecting you and yours. Lhasapoos can be relatively high maintenance. Even as puppies, they need regular haircuts, a fair amount of other grooming, consistent training, and a moderate amount of exercise to help them grow into healthy, engaging pets. There are several breed-specific factors you must take into consideration when it comes to dealing with Lhasadoodle pups and adults. Adult Lhasapoos should be fed 1 cup of high-quality dog food a day, split between 2 meals. Avoid giving them table scraps. As small dogs, even a minor weight gain can be unhealthy for them. Puppies will need to eat small amounts at least 3 or 4 times a day. By 6 months old, your pet should be eating 2 meals a day. The optimal amount for your pup will vary according to his or her metabolism and activity levels, so if you have any questions, consult with your vet. Whether they inherit the curly coat of a poodle or the long, straight coat of a Lhasa Apso, A Lhasapoo's coat needs to be brushed at least once daily so that mats and tangles don't develop. Wash your dog's face at least once a day. Lhasapoos are one of the breeds that commonly develop brownish stains under their eyes if that area isn't kept scrupulously clean. A weekly bath is a good idea, too. You'll want to visit a professional groomer every 3 to 4 weeks for haircuts, and you'll want the groomer to pay special attention to haircuts around the genital area so that your dog doesn't end up with urine stains or with bits of feces clinging to the area beneath his or her tail. Make sure to keep your dog's ears clean and dry to minimize the risk of ear infections. Dogs with shortened muzzles may be prone to periodontal disease, so make sure to brush your Lhasapoo's teeth daily. Lhasapoos pick up new commands easily. They have a stubborn streak though, so the earlier you begin working with them on training and socialization, the better. These dogs respond far better to positive reinforcement than to the threat of punishment. You may struggle with training from time to time, but if you give up on it, you'll increase the likelihood that your Lhasadoodle will develop negative traits like aggression and wariness. It's worth working with a professional dog trainer if you're having problems working with your pet on your own. Lhasapoos are active but small. They'll do well with 60 minutes of moderate exercise per day. You may be surprised to learn that most Lhasapoos enjoy swimming. This is a trait they inherited from their poodle parent. Poodles, you may recall, were originally bred to be water dogs. So long as you provide your Lhasadoodle with plenty of toys, he or she should do well in an apartment as well as a larger house. Lhasapoo puppies are adorable. They look like miniature Ewoks. Their tiny size means you'll have to keep a close eye on them to make sure they don't get into any trouble wandering around their new dwelling. Even the tiniest 8 to 12-week-old pup is ready to start potty training. In fact, it's smart to start obedience training and socialization just as soon as you get your new pup home. Like their parent Lhasa Apso, Lhasapoos enjoy their independence, and that means they may not have a lot of tolerance for younger children who may want to pretend their pet dog is a doll. Even when a Lhasapoo is well socialized, this dog may snap if he or she feels harassed. For that reason, Lhasadoodles do best in homes with older children.